Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another try a chapter tag. So I love doing try a chapter tags because it allows me to do some of my favorite things, which is declutter, find books I actually want to read, and reignite excitement for books. So I am hoping that I can do that today, either unhaul these books and get them out of my life, or find new encouragement to pick them up. So we have 6 books here today that I am just going to read the first chapter of and see how I feel about them. I'm super excited about these. I love doing these videos. They don't get a lot of views, but I personally find them super helpful. So the first book, Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. This had so much hype when it first came out, which is when I picked it up. What year was this published? 2018. But since then, so in 2018, I was definitely just picking up books that I saw hyped. If more than 2 people talked about it, I would buy it. I have since realized my reading taste, and I don't read a lot of fantasy. It's just not quite my thing, and especially not this kind of fantasy. More like, they killed my mother, they took our magic, they tried to bury us, now we rise. It's that kind of stuff is not usually my thing anymore. Once upon a time, this was right up my alley. I picked it right up. I have since heard less than great things about it. I've heard a lot of people talk about how it's kind of boring and a little thick for what it is. So I am intrigued to see how I feel about it. Alrighty, next up we have The Beautiful by Renee Audie. This is actually a signed and personalized edition because I went to the YALSA conference in Memphis, Tennessee back in 2019 and had Renee Audie sign my book. This was back when people were like, it's the return of vampires. It wasn't really. We didn't get like a new rise of vampire books. I know this takes place in New Orleans, so I am still intrigued by that, but I'm just not sure this book is for me at this point, so I do want to give it a little shot. My concealer is itching the crap out of my nose. Ugh. Next up we have The Luminaries by Eleanor Catton. I like books like this, but I'm also like, will I read this? Like, I love how it's floppy. Like, this is lovely, but it's huge and it is 1866. Usually I'm over here like, okay, historical fiction. I do like historical fiction, but I tend to forget that I like historical fiction, so I don't tend to pick it up. We'll see. Maybe this will draw me in. I think that's the biggest thing though, is I always forget that I do actually enjoy historical fiction. In my mind, I'm like, ooh, that's a lot. So we'll see. Next up, we have The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. This is one of those ones that I bought on Book Outlet. You can tell by that. And it was because people were talking about it, but this was years ago. I bought this when I was in college and it just sat on my shelf. And it's just one of the books that I'm not sure is my thing. So I need to give it a shot because I don't even know what it's about. The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. This was such a thing when it came out. I remember going to Target to pick this up because everyone was talking about it. And then since, I've not heard good things, which is so weird to me because it was so hyped up. And then it was like, everybody was like, oh, it's okay. So I'm like, the hell? Yet again, not really my kind of book. And I've kept it because it was just one of those booktube books, but now I'm not sure, so we're gonna see. And then finally, this is one that kind of hurts me because I remember when I bought this, I was really excited. And I Darken by Kirsten White. This is the first in a series, which I'm not a series person, which is the issue with some of these. I'm just like, am I gonna continue? Do I really want to do that to myself? I was so excited when I picked this book up, and I don't remember why, but I just remember being like, I'm gonna love this. I can feel it. And then I never read it, and now I've lost excitement. So we're gonna see if we can like revamp that excitement. Shall we? Let's get to reading. Alexa, light on. It's a little dark in here. I am going to unhaul this and pass this on to someone else. It is just time for me to accept that YA fantasy is just not my thing. And I think I'm going to continue to find that today. Maybe I'll find one that intrigues me. This just doesn't. Like, it starts with, like, not a fight scene, but, like, it's like a practice fight scene. And I am just like, yeah, okay. She dodges, she hits. It's just not my thing anymore. And I don't know, maybe it used to be, but I don't know. It's quite long. And while I really appreciate what this did for YA fantasy, the fact that, you know, there was diverse YA fantasy, that's incredible. I just don't think this is going to be for me in general. Maybe one day I'll check it out from the library, but I look at this and I'm like, okay, it's just not my thing anymore. I gotta accept it. Alrighty. Our next possibility. Let's see if I still love vampires. Okay, so the first chapter was a page. So we're gonna read a little bit more. I am gonna keep this. I love New Orleans. It is one of my favorite cities. I enjoyed being there. I've only been there once, but I think about it all the time. I want to go back so badly. And I do love Renee Audie's writing. I read, what was the first one? I can see the cover, the red cover. And even though that book was not my vibe, I really loved her writing. So I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna give it a chance. I am a vampire lover, which was still proven by The Coldest Girl in Cold Town. I still love vampires. So I love New Orleans. I love vampires. I'm gonna keep this, give it a shot, and it's personalized, so I kind of feel weird giving it away anyway. All right, let's see if I want to keep chunky historical fiction. The first chapter of this is 40 pages, so I'm gonna read until I get a feel for the book. I'm gonna keep it. I don't know. There's just something about this, and I think it has to do with the fact that it does deal with the zodiac in a way that I am extremely interested by. It's huge, and I will probably have to do something to force myself to read it, but I do want to read it. Like, I'm reading it and I'm like, oh, I really like the writing, and even though, like, she uses a page to describe this man, I'm like, okay, I know who he is now, so I'm keeping this. Next up, the bone season. And I'm hooked. You talk about clairvoyance, you talk about reading minds, you talk about dream walking. Okay, I'm down, so I'm gonna keep this. Now that I know what that's about, I'm gonna keep it. gonna keep it for now. I love Holly Black's writing, like, a lot, and this just feels to me like the Spiderwick. Like, she writes, I really do love her writing. So I've loved Spiderwick. I really loved The Coldest Girl in Coal Town. I did not like The Darkest Part of the Forest, though, so this could fall in either one of those camps. We'll see. We will see. And finally, Anti-Target. I'm gonna declutter this. This is just not my thing. War and kingdoms and things like that. I mean, this is like Fairy Kingdom, and I only think I might like this because it's Holly Black. This is clairvoyance and dystopia, historical fiction, zodiac stuff, and vampires in New Orleans. These two have a feeling that I'm just not into anymore. It's a lot of like, I will reclaim, I will seek revenge, I will do this, I will do that. And like, obviously that's part of other books as well, but these just don't draw me in. So these are the 2 out of the 6 books that I will be getting rid of, and I will be keeping for now The Beautiful, The Luminaries, The Bone Season, and The Cruel Prince. We'll see. Maybe I'll do like a vlog where I read all of the, well, no, The Luminaries in itself would take too long, but we'll see how long they stay. But I do feel good that I got 2 more books out of my collection. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you totally disagree with what I kept, what I got rid of. Talk me out of keeping certain books. I want to see, like, debate, please. Debate me. Please. But thank you so much for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, all the normal stuff, and I will see you all again really soon. Bye.